What up, fam? What up, family? Welcome back to the channel. This time around, we have John Mellencamp, aka John Cougar, or is it John Cougar, aka John Mellencamp, with Fruit Trader. This is from his 1998 15th studio album, John Mellencamp. Damn, he had a long career. 15th. That is crazy. If y'all want to see more of John Mellencamp on this channel, let me know what's next in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to like the video, leave a comment, and hit that subscribe button. I do appreciate y'all. And of course, I got the lyrics. Let's go ahead and listen. That's an interesting name, Fruit Trader. So let's see what this is about. Okay, a little Bible reference.
Raise it up, this fruit trader bull, you know it ain't no fun. We're just yelling in the dark. We're just pissing in the wind. From underneath the sheets that we pray from. Better let a little bit of this goodness get in.
I like that line.
Of desperation, when the lowest dimension of the animal is let in.
That's true.
We're just yelling in the dark.
We're just pissing in the wind.
Underneath the sheets that we pray from. Better let a little bit of this goodness get in. Ain't got no purpose, ain't got no direction. I ain't got no morals. Ain't got no politics, ain't got no particular point of view.
Oh.
What I got's plenty of time on my hands, so skinny's playground. Hey Lord, tell me again what you want me to do. We're just yelling in the dark. We're just pissing in the wind. From underneath the sheets that we pray from. Better let a little bit of this beauty. Better let a little bit of this goodness get in.
Oh, wow. Damn. I always say this. John Mellencamp, he lives within the realm of, the Bruce Springsteen, the Tom Petty, a little bit of Bob Seger. He lived within that realm, the Don Henleys, right? Uh, I like this song. This song has actually really hard rock elements to it. Usually when I listen to he makes lighter rock, but this had a tiny bit of light rock element to it. But his vocals on here are just dope, really really raw and gritty, and a lot of passion. And also these lyrics, man. These lyrics. Cain told Abel, brother, you better get busy. We got watermelon burning up out there in the sun. Abel said, Cain, brother, you're driving me silly, raising up this fruit trader bull. It ain't no fun. We're just yelling in the dark. I like the fact that he started off with this a story, to show like the first murder or whatever, the first real like sin in the Bible for real. Well, I guess biting the fruit would be the first. Anyways, like the first murder or whatever. But the lyrics, we're just yelling in the dark, we're just pissing in the wind. I feel like that just says, not too many of us know what we're doing. We just, especially if you're lost, right? If you're lost, ain't got no purpose, ain't got no direction, I ain't got no morals. Most people who do horrible stuff are usually people who don't necessarily have a moral compass or a guide, or some people they'll pretend like they do, but they don't truly identify with that guide or so-called moral compass, right? But I like what he says here. We're just pissing in the wind. From underneath the sheets that we pray from, better let a little bit of this beauty in. Better let a little bit of this goodness get in. I like that, I like that. It's like, all right, from whatever is shielding you, or whatever you're being covered by, whether it's, some people don't believe in anything. They just believe we're here for whatever. I'm not here to judge people's beliefs. I feel like whatever you believe, that's great as long as it makes you a good person. But I like to let some of this beauty and some of this goodness in. Meaning, there's a lot of beauty and goodness in the world. You need to let some of that touch your heart. If not, you could go to some dark places. Yeah. And it's crazy because when you think about the first murder, they're siblings. They're siblings. I always think about that, like, the people that could probably hurt you the most, or could probably do the most damage, break your heart and all that stuff. All of them are probably born right. They're born in your immediate family. That's crazy. And they always say someone in your house is more likely to hurt you than someone from the outside, but yet we fear the outside. The human experience is kind of interesting. I'm yapping because I'm a professional yapper. That's what I do. But when you think about it, it's really interesting. It's like when there's a murder, if you're married, the husband or the wife is usually the first suspect, or you're more likely to get killed from someone in your neighborhood than an opposing neighborhood. You're more likely to die in the hands of a friend than your enemies. It's just proximity. But anyways, dope song, man. I love songs that get me thinking and that sounds good sonically. This is a really good sounding song, with the guitars, what they do with the bass, and all that technical stuff. But shout out to John Mellencamp, man. He does have a few of these songs. I feel like this is a guy who's very conscious and a guy who's a deep thinker. He has a song called Pink House. I thought was just going to be about a pink house, but it's a deeper meaning. Was that the name of it, Pink House? I'm probably saying the wrong name. Something pink. All right. But anyways, y'all let me know how you feel about it in the comment section below. Let me know how this song made you feel. All right. And also let me know what's next from John Cougar or John Mellencamp. And I got you. Don't forget to like the video, leave a comment, and hit that subscribe button. I do appreciate y'all. And I will see you in the next one. And guess what? You better be there. Peace.